I was born and grew up in Darfur, the region of Sudan. Sudan won independence in the year 1956, but the country has never seen peace. Sudan has been embroiled in various civil war for 44 years out of 54 years of independence. Sudan has tested every form of government, a multi-party state, one-party state, socialism, capitalism, military coup. None of these various regimes have succeeded, not being accountable to the people. My life began when I was in high school, early 1990s, a few years before Bashir regime came to power by military coup and overthrow a democratic elected government. They have since accumulated a record of injustice throughout Sudan. I have since dedicated my life in helping a just and lasting peace in Sudan. In April of 2001, I co-founded Sudan Social Development Organization, SUDO, Human Rights, Humanitarian Relief, and Development Organization. In 2002, I returned to Darfur to accomplish SUDO's mission. I worked deep inside the rural villages to empower the local community to demand their rights from the government. Unfortunately, a year later, the war broke out between the government of Sudan and two rebel movements, making the situation increasingly difficult to work in. I get involved in monitoring and helping the internal displaced persons and the increasing number of internal displaced persons. Ladies and gentlemen, in my entire life, I have never witnessed anything as woeful as what I saw in rural Darfur. I witnessed elderly people, women and children, including my own relative, burned to death, a mass killing of innocent civilians. I witnessed a man losing his dignity, seeing his daughter, mother and wife, raped in front of him when he could not protect them. I witnessed a man losing his humanity, seeing his wife's belly cut in front of him to kill his future child. I witnessed a mass displacement of innocent civilians turned into internal displaced persons in their homes, and others forced to cross the border as refugees. I witnessed a mass destruction of villages, houses being burned to the ground, water source poisoned, poor people sold, possessions looted, from animals being killed and trees being cut. When I stood up against these atrocities and shared these tragedies with others to try to protect and help the IDPs and the suffering people, I ended up being arrested and enduring torture for 1 year. After my release and the pressure from the international community, I resumed my work. But again, after 3 assassination attempts, I was forced to leave my paralyzed father in his bed and leave the country. Today, if my father died I cannot be able to attend the burial ceremony. Jail could never kill my dreams. Going through all this, achieving a full human rights to my community, it became more an ideal to live and to strive for. Ladies and gentlemen, these crimes are neither Sudanese crimes nor African crimes. These global crimes against humanity, and therefore victims are demanding international justice applied to the perpetrators to support the International Criminal Court to arrest the killers and the criminals. In order to bring peace to Darfur, and in order to bring peace to Sudan and prevent this from happening in the future, this must happen. This must happen. And let me share with you. Because of delays in arresting Bashir and Harun, these two are now committing the same kind of crimes in Nuba Mountain and Blue Nile, using the same tools they use in Darfur: killing of innocent civilian, rape, and displacement of indigenous people. Friends, Bashir using starvation of masses of people as tools for domination in Darfur, in Nuba Mountain, and in Blue Nile, by putting more and more restriction on non-government organization and expelling humanitarian aid or organization. Here where things are in Darfur, as I'm talking to you, there is lack of basic human needs: no food, no water, no education, and no health. Innocent civilians are suffering and suffering inabitedly. Poor, often orphan youth are sexually exploited and abused in a large number. There is completely absent of security in the region, making the humanitarian situation doomed to failure. The peace process, after 30 months of talks in Doha, Qatar, criticized by many as having no objectivity, no transparency, no accountability, and no professionalism. The negotiation came to an end and came to an agreement, but that agreement cannot bring peace to Darfur. I'm here to ask you, please stand against the ongoing genocide in Sudan and beyond. Encourage the NCP regime to close every and each ghost houses and release the prison of conscience. Encourage the conflicting parties to go for political settlement by peaceful negotiation and support my 4-piece model of peace, which address the root cause of the conflict and the immediate need of the suffering people. The 4-piece model of peace describes a meaningful peace as protection, production, and participation. If we could build the capacity of local communities to participate in problem solving rather than leaving them out of conflict resolution formalities, we will get a better result. The 4-piece model aims to create a harmonious coexistence between all tribes in Darfur and reconciliation, not Arab of Darfur or African of Darfur, but peace in all of Darfur. With these few remarks, Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless the work of your hands.